So something a bit normal today, something back to normal. Um, Talking about what's going on here, and we've just been into town, and I've picked up my last prescription before I see my rheumatologist on the 18th. And I've been up since it's now 20 to 12. I've been up since 5. And I made a pork pie this morning, and I am thinking to myself, why am I attempting to make gluten-free pastry that always goes tits up, crumbles, falls apart if you look at it? Why am I doing that when I so rarely make a pork pie? I think the last time I made a pork pie was 2 months ago. So it's like I'm not eating it all the time. And I'm sort of thinking, what am I doing? I could just make it with normal flour, and then it would come out as it would normally, and it would be nice. Yeah, and I'm working my nuts off. I don't have any nuts. Trying to make gluten-free pastry, and it just never comes out well. This was a mix of sarrasan, which is buckwheat, and rice flour, and I put agar in it, which is a replacement for psyllium husk or xanthan gum. So I put agar in it. I think you're meant to let it wait a bit to work, and I didn't. I'm not very patient. And so it's out of the oven, and when I took the band off, because it's in a springform tray, and when I took the band off, it started to open up, and it's like, oh shit. So I have wrapped it, because you can't get the band on once you've taken it off, because the pie's expanded a bit. I shouldn't have carried on. I could see what was happening. I should have stopped and put it back on, but no, I didn't. So I've used foil. I've wrapped foil into bands and tightened foil around it in a vague hope it'll hold it together. I tried to put jellied stock into it because Mark likes that, and that was just pouring out as I was pouring it in, so I don't know how much of that stayed in there. I've now managed to transfer it to the fridge with great difficulty, because it's like not wanting to hold it or touch it or move it because it'll just fall apart. So now it's in the fridge. Hopefully it'll solidify. So that's what I've been doing this morning. I'm pleased I've done it because I wanted to make one. And the sun's out. You can see the sun on the wall. And as we were coming back, I could see all the fog banks around us sort of peeling back. So I don't know. I'm not going to mention it, but I don't know whether if we go out and sit in the garden a bit this afternoon, he might sort of think he might mow the lawn. That would be nice, because it is really, really thick out there. I think I said the other day that his HB was still low. It was 10.8 when he had it done on the 4th, and today I think today's the 8th. I'm hopeful that on Monday, when he has it done, it might be a bit better, because he's been taking out iron tablets now for over a week, but I know they take a long time to kick in. He's walking around without crutches. Where did he go yesterday? Yeah, we went, I think he wanted oil for the car, and I went and did a bit of shopping in Leclerc, and he walked towards me because I wouldn't know where the car was parked, and he's not using crutches. He did the chickens this morning. I imagine he used a crutch to go down there because it's so uneven. But he let them out this morning, which is nice, because he's not done that for weeks. So it was nice to ask him to get him to do that. That's it really. Mad, you mentioned, and I have answered you, you said you wanted to know how to get in touch with me. Well, there's an email address attached to the vlog, and it's Kathy's vlog at yahoo.com. You've written to me on there before. I know you have. So that's how you can get in touch with me. I haven't looked at anything political today. I can't. Can't look at the moment. Um, I'm seeing some very worried women around in the groups that I'm in. And I watched, oh, that was it. I watched something on YouTube because that's where all of my information comes from political commentators or political um, videos on YouTube. I don't look at France 24, at BBC, at ITV. I don't look at any of the American news channels unless something comes up on my YouTube channel that looks interesting for me to watch. I don't watch Fox. Or if I do happen to have to watch Fox, I take it with a pinch of salt. So I've got quite a few people on there going, oh, you need to do this, you need to stop looking at MSN, but I don't look at MSN. What I'd like those people to do is to tell me where they're looking so I can look where they're looking. I can't, if I need to stop doing something, you need to tell me what I need to start doing. So that's where I get they're my resources. And so yeah, I watched something and it came up on my YouTube feed that was Victoria Derbyshire, and it was a BBC Newsnight program, and she was I'm not going to say interviewing because she wasn't interviewing. She was she was with a couple. I can't remember where they lived in America. He was Democrat and the woman was Republican, and she was talking to them in the garden, but she was just asking them questions about this, that, and the other. It wasn't meant to be an interview where she attacked anybody's beliefs. She was just intrigued to understand how they could be so polarized and yet be a married couple. And it was fascinating to watch, and I did share it. What I didn't share was there was a subsequent interview with the daughters. So there was mum, the daughters, two daughters, and a family friend. And the two daughters were very good, and mum was still in mum's place that she wasn't moving from, and it was astonishing that she lives in a family. There's a family of 4 people, and she's the only one who is in. Now I'm going to say, I'm not going to use the word that people have been throwing at me. I'm not going to say that, but she's the only one that will not move from her fixed position, will not consider that there's another position. And at the end of the interview, which was fascinating, the younger daughter said, this was pre-election, so it was pre-election day that this interview took place. The younger daughter said, it's really exciting, that we may have our first female president, and a black female president at that. And the mum just turned to her and said, she's not black, she's Indian, and then turned back, which was astonishing. So yeah, I watched that, but otherwise I'm not watching anything. Mark was watching telly this morning because I went back to try and get some sleep, which didn't work. And I came back and he said it's just the whole thing is full of Trump, and I can't watch that. The other thing that I am talking to Mark about is that I want to get rid of the Starlink. I can't. It just doesn't. It felt uncomfortable at the time, but at the time we were been without internet for 19 days, and it seemed the best option, which would avoid the telephone lines. But now I can't. I just cannot put money in that man's pocket. And any little bit helps. Any little bit of resistance helps. Spoken to Mark about it this morning. He's still on the fence, so I have to wait for him to be on board before I do anything about it. But I really don't want it there. I feel very uncomfortable about it. And a couple of people had a go at me about it before, and I saw that. And but now I don't feel comfortable. God knows what he's going to do. God knows what he's going to do to America. I can't remember now, and I'd have to search for it. I might search for it. You sit still and I'll search for it. So this, if you put a search in, it comes up a lot of times, and I've chosen NBC News. I know nothing about who they're affiliated, who they sit with, or anything about that, because it's American TV. But he says, Elon Musk asks voters to brace for economic hardship, deep spending cuts in potential Trump cabinet role. At a virtual town hall event on Friday, which was a week ago, I think I saw this. What's the date of this? Well, it must have been last Friday, a week ago, October the 30th. Held on Musk's social media platform X, the multi-billionaire Tesla and SpaceX executive said he was praying for a victory for Trump so that he could begin working in high-level cabinet role to axe federal spending. We have to reduce spending to live within our means, Musk said, and that necessarily involves some temporary hardship, and it will ensure long-term prosperity. Now, this is the guy that absolutely cleared out lots of jobs in Twitter and actually hobbled Twitter for a while because he made such hard cuts. Yeah. I can't imagine what the hell he's going to do with a place on the cabinet. Dog help you. So yeah, you can find that. If you Google, what did I Google? I put, what did Elon Musk say about the economy? And it came up NBC News, New York Times. This comes up on my Google, QZ.com, whatever that is. Vox, Futurism, some YouTube, ABC, Market Watch and Fast Company. So yeah, lots of results for that. So yeah, I have to wait and see what Mark will do about it, and bite the bullet, because I just feel so uncomfortable now, so uncomfortable with it. I wasn't really comfortable with it, but now I feel really uncomfortable with it. I feel like a traitor. I feel like a traitor to women, and I feel very concerned for the women, very concerned. And somebody said, we're strong, us women we're in America, we're strong. And it's like, yeah, I know. Tell me that in a year's time. Come back and tell me in a year's time how you're doing. I'd be happy if you still felt that way in a year's time. Very happy. I don't want to have any I told you so moments, but I feel that I won't be saying that, but I feel there's going to be a lot of I told you so. We told you so. We tried to warn you. You wouldn't listen. We tried to warn you. You wouldn't listen. I've heard that somewhere before. I can't remember. I've seen it written recently as well, and it sort of alludes to somewhere in history. We tried to tell you and you weren't looking, or you wouldn't listen, but I can't remember now. I'm sure somebody will. Anyway, I'm trying not to rant. Trying to just do a normal vlog. Oh, I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. Oh, I delayed that. I was going to have it done the day before Mark went into hospital, which is now going to be 4 weeks ago, and it already needed doing then, and decided that it was a bit risky to go where lots of people are going when there's COVID still around here, and so I cancelled it, and have been struggling ever since with hair that's in my face, not wanting to cut my fringe, although I think I have cut it once since she did it, and so it's quite a struggle. So I'm really looking forward to having it done tomorrow so that it feels more comfortable. And I'm having it coloured, not pink, not blue, not purple, but lighter. And yeah, right, okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks and hello to the new subscribers. And I'll be back. Not singing. Sorry, David Ellis, we didn't get to sing, did we? Never mind. Maybe we will one day. Bye.